Okay, I think I am live. Oh, let me try and put you somewhere you're not going to fall. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm a bit late to the party as I think it's the 6th today. 6th of January 2025. Right, you're balancing on a post. We're okay. I'm like so padded out right now. So padded out because it's so cold outside. So it stopped raining. I'm looking outside. It has actually stopped raining, but it is freezing cold. So it's about, I think it's about 11:30, Monday the 6th of January. Like I say, Happy New Year to anyone that is watching right now. If you're watching and you can hear me, please let me know. So, how is everyone? How's everyone doing? Just going to try and open the lid to my cup of tea. See that steam coming off. I only literally just got down here and I thought I need to have a cup of tea before I do anything. It's so cold outside. I only literally walked from the car to the plot and I'm thinking I need warming up already. So let's have a nice cup of tea together and talk about Happy New Year, plans for the allotment for the year, plans for anything. Hello. Oh, it's Linda and Tilly we've got. How are you? So Linda, you've definitely got snow, haven't you, where you are? We haven't had any snow. We had a light dusting on, what day is it today? Monday. So was it Saturday? Saturday evening we had the tiniest dusting of snow, and it rained pretty much straight after, so it didn't settle or anything like that. But I think there is due snow for some parts of the country still. We had meaningful snow, shall we say, but it's not forecast very nice weather for the next couple of days. But nevertheless, I'm down here. I've got some bits to do. I haven't been down here since, I think it was the day before Christmas Eve. It was when I came down and I harvested my horseradish. So I think that might have been the 23rd, maybe. I don't think it was Christmas Eve. I think it was the day before. So I haven't been down there since. So lots to do. So Tilly is, yep, she only gets to go to the allotment at weekends. So I'm the other way round. I can only really come in the week. We never really get to come at the weekend. Linda, snow's all gone, rain washed it all away yesterday. Yeah, I think that's what happens, unfortunately, isn't it? But you've got some more forecast, I think, Linda. So hopefully you get a snow day. Yeah, make a cup of tea, Linda, and join. I've got the biggest cup of, you can't see that, but the biggest cup of tea ever, and I'm going to enjoy it because it is freezing today. But got some stuff that's going to be warming me up. So I need to weed inside the polytunnel. Now, I think, hi Emma, how are you? Have you got snow where you are? So you're south to me, aren't you? So you're probably going to be the same as me. Maybe you had snow, but I don't know if it will have settled. Sunshine. Linda, you got sunshine. Lucky you. So I need to hoe in between. If I show you. Let me lift you up. I'm going to put my cuppa down for a minute. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Without treading on anything that I shouldn't. Right, let me show you. I'm going to turn the camera around if I can. How do I do that? Here we go. So these are my broccoli. So look, they're starting to head up there. They're doing really well actually, but got lots and lots of weeds in between. So I think I'm going to try and hoe it. This side isn't as bad. This is my cauliflower and my kale. Look at that, isn't that doing amazing? But yeah, I just need to pull these weeds out. I'm not sure whether to hoe them, but I definitely need to sort it out. I've actually got some compost, so I'm going to be just mulching those two sections because I didn't do that. I did this section, I did that whole line last year. It's funny saying last year, isn't it? Julian Johns, I've got slush. Oh, it's weird, isn't it? Because it comes and you think, oh my God, it's snowing. And then before you know it, it's gone and there's just nothing left. But do you know what? When it was snowing so we had that fine sort of snow on Saturday night. And as it was snowing, we could hear cars screeching down the road outside us. So it's quite a it's not really a through road, so it's not that busy. You can't really usually hear anything, but it was so loud where cars were just rushing past. Right, okay, there you go. Yeah, they don't look bad, do they? Oh, in fact, let me show you my purple sprouting broccoli. Put my tea down again. I will get to drink my tea in a minute. I just want to show you this. It's in my mini polytunnel. Bear with me. I just had to open my mini polytunnel. Hold on. Look how amazing they look. Purple sprouting these are. So they just look so healthy, don't they? But I've got a little tiny bit of weeding to do here. But I think what I'll do is probably just pick them out because there's only a few. Got garlic coming in between. Gone a bit garlic mad this year, haven't I? Look at all my garlic. It's all looking good though, isn't it? I'm really pleased I sort of filled it up because otherwise it's just wasted space, isn't it? Right, you're back on the post. You're back on the post. I'm so like, this coat could hardly fit on because I've got so many layers on, but I just thought it's so cold and I want to spend a good couple of hours down here, so I thought I need to wrap up warm. So anyone else got any plans for the allotment this week? What's everyone doing? I'm doing those jobs. I've got to cut back my raspberries. I've got a weed in here, weed there. I've got some wood chip to top up, but it's so wet at the moment I don't think I'm going to even try and shovel that into a wheelbarrow and carry it. I just don't think I'll be able to. Who else have we got? Rambo, Green Hands, hello, good morning, happy new year. Is it still morning? Yes, just 11:45. Oh, you're heading down there now to continue doing cleanup. That's pretty much what I'm doing now today. Just a bit of a clean up, tidy up a bit, sort of like, I haven't been down here, like I say, for, so it must be nearly, yeah, it's over 2 weeks I think I haven't been down here for. So I'm looking forward to spending some time today. Emma, levelling the ground today for the new polytunnel. So any of you that don't watch Garden of Emma's channel, so she's in the comments now, have a look at her channel. She's just got a new polytunnel that she's going to be building herself. Your sound keeps breaking up. It's probably the signal. Let me know if you can hear me now, because the signal's really bad. I think it's the weather. Let me check to see. I've got 4G, but hopefully you can hear me now. Oh, Tilly's hiring a mini digger to flatten out the huge mountain at her allotment. Wow. So have you got very uneven ground? Rambo, but the weather is cold, but I have to do it before it rains again. I know. I think it's going to stop now until about 2, and then it's going to start raining again. So I'm going to try and do as much as I can outside. I'll probably do the raspberries first. I need to cut all them back. They're autumn ones. And then I'll do as much as I can outside, and then if it starts raining, I can come into the polytunnel and do what I need to do in here. The thing is, you think, oh, it won't take long, bit of hoeing, mulch, but it takes ages, doesn't it? All these jobs all add up. But I'm just so pleased with my kale and my cauliflower and everything. It's all looking so good. My spring greens have been taking a bit of a hit, I think, with the slugs, but that's to be expected, isn't it? The slugs just get to whatever you plant, isn't it? Everything else is looking okay. Oh. Huge mound that dominates the allotment. We did have a couple of big mounds. It took us ages to flatten it. I think from memory we had 2 in the middle. We had 2 sort of, I don't know what they were. It's like, what even is that? It was just literally mounds. So yeah, it does take a while to do that, but that's really good that you're getting the mini digger. There was a car buried in your allotment, so the previous owner said. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. Let me know in the chat now, what's the funniest thing you've ever found at your allotment, or the funniest thing you've ever heard that someone's found at their allotment. Yeah, the slugs are awful, aren't they, Emma? To be honest, they haven't done I don't even want to say it. Why am I saying it? Touch wood. They haven't done a huge amount of damage, but there's always time, isn't there? And it's so wet at the moment. That's the problem. The wetter, the worse they are, isn't it? Found a lot of cans. I found a lot of carpet. I found carpet like everywhere. What else did we find? We found like wood, like big pieces of wood underneath, like quite far down as well. I'm just trying to think what else we found. We didn't find anything exciting. We didn't find any treasure, but yeah, we found some really weird things. Emma, you found your shoe. Did you find your shoe, Emma? Sluggies are being sent me. I know. I used nematodes last year. John had to get the snow off my polytunnel yesterday. Oh my goodness, so it really snowed where you were then. I tried nematodes last year, and I think I did 3 applications of them. I don't know if the slugs would have been worse if I hadn't done it, but I still had a lot of slug damage, so I'm not really sure how useful they were. I think you have to build it up, so I don't know whether to do it this year again and just see if that helps. I mean, it can't do any harm, can it? But I don't know if it actually does any good. I know some people swear by it. Oh, it is cold. I need to get moving soon and warm myself up. I think I'm the only one down here actually. I've just walked through and I can't see anyone else silly enough to come down in this weather. I lost, right, so Emma lost it when she changed into her wellies, and she buried it, and she found it a year later. That is so funny. We didn't have much slugs last season, but we don't take over to April. Oh yeah, so see this year, Rambo might try that this year. Yeah, give it a try. I mean, I don't know, some people swear by it, but that mug is huge, Gem. I know, look at the size of it. It's absolutely massive. This is from Primark. It's from Primark, but I needed one with a handle. I thought, oh, I'll have that one, but it's absolutely huge. Yeah, that really is crazy, isn't it? So, what is everyone doing? For the rest of the day? Is anyone else braving it outside? Emma has the craziest stories, honestly. Emma, just these things happen to her, don't they, Emma? Oh, cheers, Linda. Has anyone else got a cup of tea? So, jobs I need to do in the next couple of weeks. Vince has got an absolutely huge water tank. That he's a plumber. If anyone doesn't know, he's a plumber. So he got one out of a job he's just been doing. So I'm going to bring that down here, and I'm going to put guttering on my shed and use that as water storage for rainwater. So that's something I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. A fox stole your things from the shed while you were working at the allotment. Oh my goodness. So did you see it actually go in the shed and grab something? Emma, yeah, they do happen to you. Putting Christmas decorations away, no allotment today. I put all my Christmas decorations away on Saturday. It took me an absolute age. And after I'd finished, there was like snow, pine needles, glitter, everything you could think of on the ground. It took me ages to clear it all up, but it was so nice. Usually I actually take it down a lot sooner, but we were away from the 27th to the 30th. And then it's actually my son's birthday, New Year's Eve. So we were out for the day on New Year's Eve. So when did I take it down? Saturday, so it was the 4th. So that's the longest I've left it up for quite a long time, actually. Usually I have it down before that. I take it down in between Christmas and New Year. Last year we actually went away on the 28th, I think it was, or the 29th. We went to the Canary Islands for a week over New Year. And I took it down, I think, on Boxing Day because we were going away. But it's quite nice to have it up, actually. It felt really nice that sort of like last couple of days, but taking it down, oh my goodness. January 1st, as soon as I wake up, it's gone. Yeah, that's normally what I'm like. I just think, right, I've got to come down today, but it just didn't happen. And it was actually really, really nice to have them up. Oh my goodness, you came back and your bag wasn't there. I found it a plot. The foxes, well, you're very similar because you're in like Greater London as well, and they just walk around. They literally just walk around, don't they? So do you know what, actually, I went to Chesington Zoo on New Year's Eve for my son's birthday, and they actually had a fox, normal fox that we see just like, you know, out and about. They had one at the zoo in an enclosure. They had two actually. I was really shocked about that because I just thought, we just see them just wandering around, don't we? So it was quite weird to see one in an enclosure. Looked very, very healthy. Didn't look, saying that, the ones around here look really healthy. We've actually got a fox's den at the back of our garden, so our garden backs onto another garden, and that garden has got fox's den in it. They're quite long gardens, and theirs has got huge trees and lots of undergrowth, so there's a fox's den there, so we get quite a lot of foxes in our garden. They do own the place, don't they? Yeah, it is nice, but do you know what, it's really weird because we sat there on must have been Saturday night, and we watched a movie, and Vince said, oh, it's so nice, it feels so tidy in here. And I think it's just because everything, Christmas decorations are so much, aren't they? You've got the tree, and I mean, who's got space for a tree normally? Not many people, so that has to go somewhere, and then everything else. Linda, Danny has told me that you don't get many foxes. I don't think I've ever seen one just out and about. It's amazing because they're everywhere here. We have a lot of deers. They even come into my garden. They're beautiful. Yeah, my aunt used to get a few deers actually. She lives in Berkshire, so not near London. You don't really get deer, you get more foxes. They do keep the rats in check, that's right. I think I'd quite like seeing deer in the garden. I think that would be a really nice sight, looking out the window and seeing a lovely deer. Oh, my cousin gets a lot of deer actually. She lives literally in the woods, and she lives in a wooded area. Well, the woods are literally outside her house, to be fair, but you know what I mean. There is literally wildlife everywhere, and she gets deer. The back is so fenced in. The foxes just jump over our fences. They're a nightmare. I don't mind them, but I mean, they literally just walk down the street where we are, but they scavenge, don't they? They're hungry, but it's the sound of them when it's like the babies. They scream, and it's so noisy, and sometimes I think, oh my goodness, what is that? Is that actually a fox? Yeah, I love deer as well, Emma. They're so lovely, aren't they? But yeah, we don't really, well, saying that, we see them when we go to Richmond Park, because Richmond Park is just full of deer. We haven't been there for a while actually, but I think we're going to go in the next couple of weeks and meet up with some family there. Oh yeah, that when they fight, oh my god, they're so noisy as well, aren't they, the foxes? They're just really something else. We don't get anything else really though. I have seen some rats on the allotment. Not recently, touching wood, not recently, but last year towards the end, I saw some rats, and I've obviously had mice in my shed, which made me jump out of my skin. If none of you have seen that video of me, oh my goodness. Absolutely hilarious, because there was one and I thought, oh, it's so cute, and all of a sudden there was like loads of them, but I think they vacated. Actually, when I got down here, my shed was open, and I lock it, so it must have blown open. I must have forgotten to put the catch on last time I came here, and it's blown open, but I don't know how long. It doesn't look wet inside, so I don't know if that was last night. We had quite a lot of wind last night, so it must have been then, but everything's okay. Everything's fine down here. I was a bit worried because of the wind we've been having. I was thinking, oh my goodness, is it actually going to be okay? Like, is something going to have blown over or something? Everything seems to be fine. It's just very, very wet. That's all I can say. It's very, very wet. But I'm definitely going to get mulching, and then I'm going to take away all of the leaves on my kale at the bottom. In fact, I'll take one off and show you what I'm going to take off. There's some like this at the bottom. So I'm going to take them off. That shouldn't take me long. There's only a few. The kale looks absolutely fantastic. I'm so pleased with it. Everything looks good in here, actually. Yeah, we don't get many deer, do we? The parks do have a lot of them. I know, like I say, Richmond Park's got a lot of deer. I don't know about any other ones, non-such parks quite near to us, but I don't think I've ever seen any deer there. But yeah, it's lovely to see them, isn't it? They're so graceful, such nice animals. What's my preferred slug defence? Well, I've used nematodes last year. I don't know if they helped or not. I don't feel like they did. I still had a lot of slugs, but I don't know if I would have had more if I didn't. I do use beard traps, and they do tend to catch quite a few, but you have to keep topping them up and be really on top of it. I think it's just using a bit of everything. Beard traps, you know, anything that you can. I haven't found eggshells to work, but I know some people use different materials like wool and things. I think it's just using a bit of everything and just keeping the numbers as low as you can, picking them off when you see them and things like that. We've had some rats in the polytunnel and greenhouse. Yeah, I think when I first put this polytunnel up, the other side actually, something was burrowing underneath, and I think it was rats. Had to empty your potato bucket. Yeah, the thing is, when the rats get in, there was a lot at the front of our allotment at one point last year, but they do seem to have gone now. But yeah, still debating this year's slug strategy. Yeah, I don't know. I've tried different things. I know some people say having a bit of an ecosystem, so you know, like having a pond and having frogs and newts and things like that can help, and different birds visiting your garden or allotment or whatever it is. So I think everything you can do does make a difference, but I don't think there's one thing that sort of stops them. I think it's just a bit of everything. Beard traps work great, absolutely sink and need to be cleaned out and topped up. That's it, Linda. You have to be really on top of it, don't you? You have to constantly. I mean, if I do one, the next day it's literally full. So you're just doing another one, doing another one. Oh, wow. Yeah, the male's antlers. Oh, Tilly, I agree. I agree. They're so stunning, aren't they? And they're just such big, sort of graceful animals. So, yeah, they're almost like majestic looking, aren't they? Like almost like they're not real. But yeah, I'm going to finish my tea anyway, and I'm going to crack on with things because I'm starting to get a little bit cold sat here, not doing anything. So I need to warm myself up. But I want to say thank you, all of you, for joining me, and Happy New Year. And here's to 2025. Ciao.